stand, man. You know? Is that no? What is that? Okay. We gave the guy a lot of game back. The guys get a lot of game back.
Like the same question, but like for you guys, should we watch what you do or should we watch what you say?
Same, yeah.
So for guys, honestly, we should watch what we do. But thing is, men are more men of doer because like most guys they're very upfront and honest to an extent. So guys that have a very I would say keen way of like business and being how to put this, guys that have like a lot of value, they're man of their word for the most part. When it comes to girls, however, sometimes guys that want to get laid, they'll play a game to get what they want. So you gotta see, okay, cool, what's this guy about? Is it really about me? Is he showing up? Is he like setting up dates? Is he like really like taking time and effort to be with me? Or is he just saying, hey, you know what? I missed you, blah blah blah. We're not showing any effort. So once again, the same thing. You gotta vet the guy, vet the girl the same way, see their actions, and then over time you'll see, okay, is it really about me or not? So
yeah, with a man, you definitely gotta do the actions as well. The thing with women is that it's because I say for women, like you gotta focus on keeping the guy around. A lot of girls, one of the top questions we get from ladies is, hey, I hooked up with this guy, he ghosted me, why did he ghost me? But what it comes down to a lot of the times for the women, and they don't like me saying this when I say it, but with a man, you gotta understand, once you have sex with a man, it's on you to keep him around. It's not on him anymore to court you. Like, he still should, but he's gonna continue to court you and treat you well if you add value. The problem is that a lot of women think that if I just give him sex, that's enough, and that's not true. That might work for like a simp or a guy that isn't that well versed women or a guy that doesn't have options. But let's be honest, all of you guys probably want a guy that's 6 feet tall, or taller, makes $100,000 a year, looks good, confident, in shape, etc. Here's a typical avatar of women, what they prefer. So if you want a higher status man like that, you got to get on his program and add value to the point where you're indispensable. And what I mean by that is he can't necessarily switch you out for another girl. You know what I'm saying? Because the other thing too, unfortunately I'm gonna tell the ladies, is that when you deal with certain caliber of men, you're gonna have to share them. Sexual. Keyword sexual. So if he runs around and smashes other girls, are you the one that he's gonna come back home to? Are you the one that he spends money on? Are you the one that he takes care of? Are you the one that gets non-sexual attention? You listen to your problems. You guys can talk about situations.
Look at her face, man. She's like, uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? So if is, and most importantly, is he willing to die and protect you in times of peril? If the answer is yes, then you need to accept the fact that he's probably gonna fuck other girls if he's of a certain status. It is what it is. Yeah, that's how it is. Because you guys gotta remember, once you deal with a certain caliber of man, beauty is common, high value men not. You know, you can't. They have the leverage now because there's hot chicks that are turning 21, 18 every single day, and a man that makes $1 million a year has no problem dating a chick that works at fucking McDonald's. You, however, don't have that. Like as a woman, the more money you make, the more status you have, etc. You can't date down like we can. So we have more options the more we elevate ourselves.
Why can't we date down?
Who wants to date
You
down?
don't want to date down.
You want to date down?
You want to date down?
You want to date down?
Guys. She already answered it earlier. She took a guy's virginity and she left him.
No, that's
Done.
not.
Done.
Because you're putting so many. Like if I fall in love with somebody and I'm super rich and he works at McDonald's, oh well, he works at McDonald's, I'm still in love with him.
You say that, but the reality is, like I always say, social constructs don't adhere to reality. That's a Disney fairy tale. That's not the way women operate with men. Women want a leader, and your own actions showed us that because you had sex with a virgin, you liked him, but you still left him. Why? Because he was ill-equipped to be a leader in your relationship.
Or I wasn't ready.
Like,
or I wasn't
it's not that. It's not.
So you're telling me if your dude was a bum, worked at McDonald's, you loved them, and all he hold on, and all he did was go to McDonald's, come home, watch TV, you still love him?
I mean, working at McDonald's doesn't make you a bum.
I never said okay. Take out the bum. All he did was go to work, come home, and do nothing. You still love him?
I mean, he's going to work, he's trying to make a living, he's trying to find his path. Like, it's harder for some people than it is for others.
He's been here for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years.
Like, I would encourage him to try finding a different avenue of revenue, but maybe, like, he's just, like, stuck. Like, there's circumstances that make people end up in
study done back in like 2016 where they showed women erotic images and they also attached electrodes to their genitals. And they asked them, hey, does this arouse you? And they showed them like politically correct things like men and women kissing. They showed them monkeys banging, whatever. The men, the heterosexual men, basically they tapped on the button and everything that they were shown that aroused them, like heterosexual sex, lesbians, whatever. They tapped it and it was congruent with their getting aroused, their genitals getting aroused. With the women, however, they would only click on things that were politically correct. However, their genitals showed otherwise. So when the monkeys were banging, the lesbian sex, the heterosexual sex, whatever, the women were getting turned on, but the women only clicked the button that was politically correct. So what does that show? It says that a lot of the time women are not going to be honest about what arouses them and what really turns them on because the things that turn women on are politically incorrect and they don't want and are unflattering. Women don't want to be looked at as hoes. Regardless, you could take the most promiscuous woman, you could take fucking, what's these chicks girls? City girls, whatever it is. They can talk about it in their rap and all this shit. Oh yeah, niggas give me money, all this other six-figure nigga, whatever. Even the most promiscuous women are gonna exercise discretion to some degree with men. Period. You know what I'm saying? It's not natural for a woman to be promiscuous. So women, in the back of their mind, deep down, know that the more dudes that they smash, the more they lower their value. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna want a guy that's better than them. So I get what you're saying. This sounds nice on paper, Disney fairy tale, but attraction is not a choice. You know what I'm saying? And women always say, I want a nice guy. I want a guy that's gonna be court me and be a gentleman, all this extra shit. That doesn't work. Ask every nice guy that watches this podcast. They all get curved. Girls will smash them. They get left. You know?
Well, I mean, also, like you said, you're an older woman than me personally, and I am just 21. So right now, I'm not necessarily looking for a man that has all this finance backing you and all these like amazing opportunities. Like I'm going to my senior year of university. I'm going to become a.
But here's the thing: it's not the money, though. We talk about this on the podcast explicitly. It's not the money.
Yeah.
It's the freedom that money creates. Women and men look at money very differently.
The lifestyle.
That's the thing. But people my age, like right now, a lot of people don't have like that financial freedom. Like I know right now, my parents pay for a lot of my bills still while I'm getting my footing. I'm about to go into my career.
Mm-hmm.
So I just.
So you have less pressure to care about a partner having money.
Right
But what
now.
I am saying is that like a lot of women in your age group tend to gravitate towards men that have their financial situation set up. Not because of the money. I want to make that very explicit, guys. It's not because of the money. It's because it's the freedom and the opportunity that money presents. I always say like a man will make $1,000 a day, and he'll say, oh, if I do this for 30 days, I'll make $30,000 a month. A woman will make $1,000 a day, go for 5 days, but all right, cool, rent's paid, I got all my bills, I'm gonna chill. Because men and women look at money very differently. Men understand that their value comes from how much money they earn. Women understand money is a means to an end to get what they want out of life. Chanel bags, experiences, trips, whatever. There's a reason why 80% of the consumer base is women. 3/4 of debt held by women. So we look at money very differently. So I get what you're saying, like I don't care about if he works at McDonald's or whatever. What you do care about is ambition, the lifestyle he can provide, his habits, and and his confidence. And that, unfortunately, I always say with men, your confidence comes from your accomplishments and your competence. If you don't have competence and accomplishments, it's very difficult for you to be confident, therefore making you less attractive. Period. It's got to be working in tandem together. So even though I get what you're saying on paper, like it sounds good, like I like you for whatever, it just doesn't work. And it's just a Disney fairy tale.
Guys, get your Instagrams ready for Smash,
Oh yeah,
Marry, and Friend Zone.
So we'll finish up the questions here. Did I answer your question though, kind of? I know you said it's generalities, but with a man, you got to add the value to him to want him to keep you around.
Any more questions?
I get it. I just don't like the answer.
Okay.
It'd be like that.
Any more questions?
Any questions?
Can I have a slight add-on?
Sure.
So I know some people may think of me like some other type of way, but I know that I've dated a man that's been in prison before. So it's all about the potential. It's all about the mindset. I don't know. It's all about your vision. I'm a person that has a vision. I may not be exactly where I want to be right now, but I know where I'm going, and that's really what matters to me. As long as your words back up with your actions and so forth and so on, then I really can't.
Well, we had a podcast earlier today, and we said the top 5 things that kill a woman's attraction. Number 1 was actually lack of ambition.
Yep.
Because, like I said, money is just a personification of your ambition.
Yep.
You don't have to have the money right there and then, but ambition is a good predicator of that potential success.
Yep.
Anything else?